Meghan Markle and Prince Harry represent a greater threat to the monarchy than an army of Republicans, a commentator has claimed in light of the Duke of Sussex's latest interview with the U.S. broadcaster. Prince Harry's interview with Hoda Kotb, the host of NBC's Today, earlier this week, during which he said he is making sure the Queen is protected and spoke about their special bond, sent shockwaves through the country and raised the criticism of several commentators against the Duke of Sussex. Among them, columnist Stephen Glover urged the Duke and Duchess of Sussex to stop launching attacks and making digs against the firm, led by the Queen. He wrote in the Daily Mail, "If Harry loves his grandmother as much as he claims, he should cease these slurs against the royal family and try to persuade Meghan to do the same. She, who once flitted across the Atlantic for a baby shower, briefly visited Britain last week for the first time in 2 years. She sharpens her barbs in California." Mr. Glover also branded Meghan and Harry a greater threat to the monarchy than an army of Republicans due to the worrying allegations and criticism they have made against the firm and royal family over the past 2 years. He added, "How ironic that their fame and wealth derive from their association with an institution they seem to hate." Stephen Glover said with the Daily Mail, "We have a really special relationship. We talk about things that she can't talk about with anybody else." If true, his rare visits must be a boon for his grandmother. Yet for all his professions of affection and uniqueness during the interview, Harry couldn't resist a dig at the royal family. That, of course, constitutes a dig at the Queen, who presides over it. I can't see any other interpretation of his remark that, in meeting the Queen at Windsor, he was just making sure she's protected and got the right people around her. Generous souls may say the Prince was simply expressing concern for her welfare, as she has not been in the best of health recently. But the 12-word utterance, "just making sure she's protected and got the right people around her," implies that those looking after her could be doing a better job. It is a preposterous thing to say. While Harry and his wife Meghan have been more than 5,000 miles away in California, courtiers have been working around the clock to care for the Queen, and members of her family have been visiting her. Harry's raising the possibility that she mightn't have been properly looked after was an insult. Courtiers aside, several members of the Queen's family will feel put out. Foremost among them may be Prince Charles and Prince William. Am I reading too much into what could have been a careless comment? I don't believe so. We should also not ignore the fact that, when the Prince was asked by Hoda Kotb whether he missed his brother and his dad, he dodged the question, and said he was focused on the Invictus Games. This is the sporting event for wounded, injured and sick servicemen and women, which has been taking place in the Netherlands. It was founded by Harry. Whatever else may be said about him, this is a great achievement. To return to the interview, he used it to deepen, rather than repair, the rift that has grown up between himself and his father and brother. A week ago, Harry and Prince Charles met for just 15 minutes. William was abroad on holiday. What little self-awareness the Duke of Sussex must have. He has seen the Queen only twice in 2 years. He was not present at the memorial service for the Duke of Edinburgh at the end of March. One explanation offered by him was security concerns. Couldn't these be set aside for a grandfather? And yet the absentee prince presumes to question the competence or commitment of those who have not deserted the Queen for California, while he snubs his father and brother. The truth is that, as he praised the Queen and advertised his love for her, Harry tossed another hand grenade into the royal family to follow those that have gone before. An attack on the royal family is an attack on the Queen. The strategy of Harry and Meghan is to chip away at the royal family while usually making an exception of the Queen. In a contrived act of homage, they called their second child Lilibet, the Queen's nickname. The effect is to undermine the institution that the Queen holds most dear, and to which she has dedicated most of her life. During the couple's interview with Oprah Winfrey last year, Meghan alleged that an unidentified member of the royal family was racist. She also, incorrectly, claimed that their son Archie had been deprived of his rightful title of prince. Harry accused his father of financial meanness and refusing to take his calls. William was said to be trapped. The couple painted a picture of a disagreeable and dysfunctional family, the royal family. Most Britons can probably see through the Sussexes' ruses, though the couple have some woke followers who are only too happy to see members of the royal family regularly battered. In the US, the reputational damage may well be greater. Many probably believe that the royal family is racist, even though the Queen is one of the most colorblind women alive. Americans may now fear she has been abandoned by her family. By the way, American television media tend to be sycophantic towards the Sussexes, and lap up all sorts of nonsense. Just look at the remarkably easygoing Hoda Kotb interview,